Was a bye week for the Badgers. No game to show highlights from Saturday, but there's still plenty of football conversation to be had on today's show. We'll get Coach Fickle's thoughts on some rules tweaks this year, including the clock running on first downs, except for the final 2 minutes of each half. We'll also talk a little offense, a little defense, with wide receiver Bryson Green and safety Trayion Block. All coming up on this week's edition of the Badgers Sports Report. Sends it back to Mordecai, hand off to Malusi, off the right side across the 10, turns it up 15, Malusi to 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45 to the 50, cutting left, Malusi to the 40, weaving to the 30, he's to the 20, Malusi to the 10, to the 5, touchdown, Wisconsin, Ches Malusi, 89 yards.
Ches got a little space, little juke right there, and then another one come back, finishing down the field, and then using his speed to get into the end zone.
Let's go, man. Hey, you done on three. 1, 2, 3. Yeah.
The end around, Chimere DK to the 10, to the 5, touchdown, Wisconsin! Pass pops out of the air, it's picked off by Muma Jungmetza. He's gone! Braylon Allen all the way! Touchdown, Wisconsin! And it's picked off by Hunter Waller. There is a big, big win for the Wisconsin Badgers.
The Badger Sports Report is presented by UW Health. UW Health Sports Medicine, treating the Badgers, treating you. And is brought to you by the Construction Business Group, Wisconsin operating engineers and respected contractors. BuildingWisconsinTogether.com. And by Gruber Law Offices, a proud partner of Wisconsin Athletics. One call, that's all.
After a serious accident, you'll need a team to fight for the results you deserve. We're here for you whenever you need us. Gruber Law Offices, proud partner of Wisconsin Athletics. One call, that's all.
I've always been a storyteller. I capture those beautiful moments, things other people miss. My health took an unexpected turn, but my care team put my needs in focus, designing solutions to support my ambitions. Now that's just a footnote in my journey, a small part of a story that's still being written. UW Health, remarkable.
These are operating engineers. They operate top-of-the-line, innovative machines and build stuff that matters. And operating engineers are well paid. They even get paid to train. As an apprentice, you can make $56,000 a year from day one. During training, no school loans and no debt. When your training is complete, you'll have a stable career job that is high skill, high tech, and high pay. We need operating engineers right now. Your future can begin today.
After a serious accident, you'll need a team to fight for the results you deserve. We're here for you whenever you need us. Gruber Law Offices, proud partner of Wisconsin Athletics. One call, that's all.
Our bye-week edition of the Badgers Sports Report continues. Now, the sample size is still modest. I guess maybe the studies will have more impact when you get to the end of the season, but there were some rules tweaks, a couple rules changes in college football this year. One that you may not notice at all is no untimed downs at the end of the third quarter and the first quarter. A couple others you will, particularly the clock will keep going, you've noticed probably, on first downs in college football until the final 2 minutes of each half. It had normally stopped until the ready for play was in effect. The whole idea, as we visit with head coach Luke Fickle, is to, well, there's probably a few reasons here, but one is to limit exposures, a lot of plays, a lot of chances for guys to get hurt. There's television windows too. Let's not be naive here, but I've seen a lot of coaches or heard from or in surveys, they're not real crazy about it. Where do you sit with this?
I mean, again, I don't get too much into it. I mean, you're trying to evaluate is how does it affect us? I mean, are there a few less plays in a game? Yeah. Does that mean you should change your philosophy, whether you take the ball in the first half or you would rather have it in the second half. I mean, there's a lot of different things. I think the game is really good. I don't know why we think we need to tweak with it every year, because there are some things, and just, as you go through the game management that you got to be aware of. And every time they're changing things like this, I think it does put a little bit of indecision in your head, and how's it going to affect, like, whether we're through 6 weeks of the season, like, how has it really affected the game? I think you do feel a little bit less, but I don't think the game is shortened at all. And so whatever reason they say it is for, I don't really see that it's making an impact. Maybe they have added another, commercial of some, I don't know, but
They have. I can confirm that.
yeah,
Yes.
I mean, these guys work their butts off to play the game. I don't think we want to shorten it any bit.
My view as a consumer, my career, which was bad, ended in high school anyway, is that my fear is we're trying to make the college game look like the pro game, and they're different. People love the college game, and you can love the pro game. You don't need them all together. That's as a consumer.
Yeah.
Is that as a
No,
coach?
I think it's very similar. They see how efficient a pro game is on TV, right? And it's done in 3 hours and 15 or whatever. But like, it's not the same. There's not the pageantry. There's not all that's behind what college football is. And I think we got to be careful trying to be too much like the NFL. I think, unfortunately, a little bit of our world is getting closer towards pro players and some of the things that we do. The game doesn't need to be the same as the NFL. I think it's really good the way we have it, and let's continue to be college football and what's best for us and our fans.
All right, let's get to the bye week question, because most coaches, Tauscher and I, we've had running jokes about this. Usually coaches will say, perfect time for a bye, no matter when, unless it's after week 1 or week 2, which seems really early. If you could, every year is different, you don't know what's going to happen, but if the football czar came up to you and said, Coach Fickle, when would be the perfect time to have a bye week? Would you have an answer for that?
When you need a break? No, I would rather have it later as opposed to earlier, if you could pick. But I think that you just got to make the best of whatever it is, right? I mean, there's some things that are going to be really good for us. I think that opportunities for us to go out there and not beat each other up, but just to continue to play the game faster and faster and faster, without that Saturday that you have to, kind of the preparation has to be all focused on that. And you can focus a little bit more on yourself. So maybe for us, it's good to have it a little bit earlier.
Is it the plan? I mean, part of it, you're going to get some work done, obviously, with these guys, but is part of the messaging to rest, recovery? Certainly, we're early in the semester here at Wisconsin, but a time to really dial in academically as well.
I think the rest and recovery comes in the mind, and I think that's what a bye week does. I know for coaches it does, and I think the players are the same way. They know they're going to still work. They love the game. They go out there. Practices are a little more fun when you don't, have that test at the end of the week. So I think in general it's a way to continue to work, but it's a way to really get your mind right. You don't get healthy during a season. You got to be able to maintain your body. You got to be able to do certain things as individuals and as a team. But I think what bye weeks do, give you a chance for your mind to rest and relax just a little bit.
To your point, I heard a coach here a long time ago say it's the best day of camp, first day, day 1, best day of camp, because it's the best you're going to feel. Your position, I would imagine, your old position as a nose guard, you get that.
I tell the guys that I mean, if you think you're going to get some rest and feel that much better, like that's not the realities behind it. Like, you love the sport, you love what it's about, so just accept it, understand it, but find a way to try to take care of yourself as best you can.
Recruiting never stops, but in a bye week, that's an important part of it for you and your staff, I would imagine.
It is. It's probably for us, the way we do things, the best opportunity for us to get out and see kids, whether it's their senior years or even see guys play as a junior. We don't get to see guys in person play the game very often. It's just during the season, I think it's hard to be away from your team, especially on a Friday night. So the bye week is a great opportunity for us to get out there, to be around recruits, actually watch and see with our own eyes.
All right, Badgers get back to the schedule on Saturday, taking on the Rutgers Scarlet Knights right here at Camp Randall Stadium. Stay with us. More to come as we continue with the Badgers Sports Report.
We believe in education. We believe in public schools. We believe in financial security for Wisconsin public school employees and their families. WEA Member Benefits, proud partner of Wisconsin Athletics. WEABenefits.com.
My favorite breakfast is Odyssey yogurt. I asked Mommy where it comes from, and she took me to a dairy farm to learn all about milk and, most importantly, cows. Wisconsin cows are definitely the happiest, which means they make the tastiest yogurt. My favorite is blueberry. What's your flavor? Support your local farmers. EIEI Odyssey.
I had big dreams. Then I got sick. UW Health made it their mission to give me a fresh start and a new kidney. Now my dreams are infinite. UW Health. Remarkable.
Well, we all know this is a new era in college football with the transfer portal, and the good news about Wisconsin is that these guys have come in and they have jumped right in, and they have been part of the family from the very beginning, and that includes a very talented wide receiver who comes to Madison from Oklahoma State, Bryson Green. Seems to be the case. You blend right in with not just the wide receiver room, but this entire team. Did it feel like home pretty quickly for you when you came here?
Yeah, I definitely think when I took my visit here, it felt the most home of all the places I visited after I entered the transfer portal, and I think it stuck with me, yeah, especially when I first got here too. So just, go balancing things in the spring, really found a home here in the summer, and then fall camp, got to bond with all the guys, and that's when you really get to meet your teammates and things like that. So I'm excited I'm here, and I'm just excited for the opportunity this year.
When you met with the media during training camp, I think you got a lot of reporters' attention because Badger fans remember Seth, your brother.
Yes.
Big guy. And as I told you off air, he could be a problem. I mean, with what he could do, play a little quarterback, play a little tight end. But everybody knows about the Wisconsin-Minnesota rivalry. But he kind of encouraged you to come here, didn't he?
He did. He came with me on my visit. I think it was late December. Late January, but he came with me. He talked with all the coaches, asked questions that I didn't even know could be asked. And, he's a good voice for me, and he's been there, done those things in life. So just having that, voice in the back of my head, and when I had the okay from him, I knew it was a good place to go. So.
And you have a relationship, or at least got to first know Phil Longo back in your high school days, correct?
Yes, he was my first. I went to a bunch of camps my freshman year, and he was my first offer at Ole Miss. And, it was the spark of an opportunity of a lifetime, and I think that really stuck with me, and I consider going to Ole Miss just because of that.
Yeah, everybody's glad you're here now. The thing that strikes a lot of us, too, who watched you at Oklahoma State, it wasn't like you were a small guy there, but you put on some solid muscle. I know you were rehabbing from an injury, but it was a shoulder injury.
Mm-hmm.
But, your upper body, you feel a lot stronger now even compared to this time a year ago?
Yeah, I do feel like the off season really gave me a time to focus on my body, and I didn't put any bad weight on. It was more just being in with Coach Austin. He has all the injured guys do a lot of things that help their body and just go through everything, and he really got me more explosive and a lot more things. So I'm 4 pounds heavier than I was last season, but I still feel as fast. And
those contested balls, those 50-50 balls, I'm thinking you're going to get more than 50% of those, right? You feel pretty good about that?
Yes, I do. I take really care of that job, and when I'm given that opportunity, when Tanner trusts me with the ball in my hands and gives me the opportunity to make those plays, I hope to make him proud and all Wisconsin proud when I'm up there.
I mentioned Coach Longo a few minutes ago. Take us into your world a bit, because if we're watching, we'll see Coach Longo go through all of these signs. It's almost like a third base coach thinking, what in the world? How complicated is this offense? All the stuff that he's flashing, all the things that you need to know. Is this a difficult offense, or does he keep it reasonably simple?
I would say he keeps it reasonably simple to an extent, but you just got to make sure to be in your playbook. Like when I first got here, be in your playbook, speaking, communicating, getting learned up on all of the signals and everything like that. But I think once you find your groove in it, you really get attuned to it, and you really adapt to it pretty fast, because we had a system like that at my old school, and I think he takes it a little step further, but I think it's going to pay off this season.
Coach Fickle talks a lot about competitive spirit. We see it with Braylon Allen and Ches Malusi. I would think in the receiver room, it's more than just catches. It's seeing guys block and all of this. You guys seem like a tight-knit group, but that competitive spirit applies too,
yes.
Right? You all want to look good at the film room time.
Exactly. There's nothing like going in the film room and seeing what you worked on during the week or during the fall camp, during the off season, come in fruition, and just the plays, blocking, the physicality, and things like that. And of course, we can take steps week from week, and that's what the season's for, is just getting better each week.
Final thought as we record this: it's really early in the season, but Oklahoma State, great atmosphere there. Big 12, tremendous atmospheres. You've gotten a taste of it here. What was it like?
It was good. I had a bunch of friends ask about it because they're like, how's jumping around? How's jumping around? And it was cool to be on the field while jumping around was going on. I mean, it was a day game. I was excited. A lot of fans being there just for the game opener against Buffalo, and I'm really excited to have some more like Ohio State games and in-conference games where our fans really show up and really show me what this place is about. And I really enjoyed it, and I wouldn't take it back for the world. So.
Final one. So those of us in the upper Midwest, the weather could be pretty tough here in stretches. But I suppose even that first game, which was the second hottest, I guess, on record. But for you, man, you're like, yeah, I would imagine. It's warm, but you've been through worse.
Yeah, it wasn't too bad. I would say fall camp in Oklahoma and just season is those first couple games are really hot, and they're mostly home games because we're playing out of conference. But I would say that had a little advantage just being on the field and being used to it. I mean, all these guys, even at Wisconsin, we had a pretty hot fall camp, so I think that really helped us just get used to it and acclimated to that temperature.
Yeah, Bryson Green, part of a really talented wide receivers room here at the University of Wisconsin. We'll step away. We have more to come as we continue with our Badgers Sports Report.
After a serious accident, you'll need a team to fight for the results you deserve. We're here for you whenever you need us. Gruber Law Offices, proud partner of Wisconsin Athletics. One call, that's all.
WEA Member Benefits, dedicated to helping Wisconsin public school employees become financially secure with programs designed for the education community. Proud partner of Wisconsin Athletics, WEAbenefits.com.
Well, it's always fun to watch these players get their opportunities on Saturdays or, of course, in one case this season on a Friday night because there are only so many games in a season that are guaranteed. And it's especially fun to watch when a young man is coming back from an injury that took away a season. And with that, we welcome safety Trayion Block. So let me ask, man, after what you went through with the rehab off of the knee injury in the spring of 22, when you got out there, fall camp, season begins, how great was that for you to just be able to come out of the tunnel and go let it fly?
Yeah, man, it was a great experience. Really just props to the trainers, man. They got me prepared for this moment. Also training with my dad helped me prepare for this moment, and just the hard work. It's a lot of hard work whenever you have an injury like that. It's a lot of hours that you put in behind the scenes that nobody sees, and it felt good to be able to portray that on Saturday and come out with the win and be able to be a big part of that, just playing on defense. So.
You mentioned your dad, Derek Blaylock. A lot of fans watching will certainly remember the name, NFL vet, Chiefs, the New York Jets. That has to be a bonus, right? You rely on your family under any circumstances, but he's been through it at the highest level. How much do you guys just have a chance to chat about stuff that those of us who never played, we couldn't understand? I mean, you guys probably have some pretty good conversations about the game and some things that you have to deal with, right?
Oh yeah, for sure. Like you said, he played the game for quite a long time. He played running back and he played for 7 years. That's kind of uncommon. Running backs, the lifespan is usually 3 to 4. So he played quite a long time, and that's attributing to the way he took care of his body. I went to him for tips on that. Just the first 2 years being struck with injury and stuff. Kind of went back to him, asked him some questions, and he helped me out in terms of things I should be doing to take care of my body, and up until obviously the last year's incident, which was kind of out of my control. I've been doing a great job of taking care of my body and making sure that my body's ready to play on Saturdays and being durable in that.
It's such a process, but when was it where you absolutely positively knew you were good to go? That you could take off the yellow jersey, that you were ready to go? When was that, and how great did that feel?
That was really fall camp.
Yep.
The first couple practices of fall camp, because in spring I was still in the yellow, kind of limited on my contact stuff. Didn't feel 100%. Felt good enough to go. I felt good out there during spring, but just I still feel like there was a little bit more recovery that could have been going on. And then as soon as I got out there for fall camp, I knew I was ready to go. After that first practice, I just felt amazing. Felt great to be back out there and feeling close to yourself again. So I would definitely say fall camp. That felt amazing for sure.
It's been a little bit funny from my perspective because when I sit down with Coach Fickle or when I talk to people, it's offense, air raid, such a change. I've had fans come up and say, hey, what about the defense here? Tell us about that. So I'll turn that to you, Trayion. What's different about it, and how good do you think it could be here this year?
Oh yeah, I think in terms of, I think it's a little bit more simple in terms of a couple less checks, just in terms of like a game plan thing. But I've said this a lot, but football is football. Cover 3 is cover 3, cover 4 is cover 4, man is man. So in terms of defense, there's different ways to get to all those coverages, but at the end of the day, you have to execute. And I think that's a big similarity between the two defenses. And I think it could be really good. We have the players, we have the personnel, we have the coaches that know what they're doing. So as long as we can execute the game plan every week, man, it's going to be something special this year, for sure.
Every position group has a lot of pride. I've got to think with yourself, Kamo'i Latu, Hunter Wohler, Austin Brown, Preston Zachman, I could keep going. I would imagine you guys say, hey, our position group, we're pretty proud of what we think we are too, correct?
Oh yeah, safeties, man. And one thing we talk about a lot in the defense is unit strength, and that's just every unit trying to be the best unit on the field, whether it's a safety, corner, D-line, linebacker, just trying to be the best unit on the field, and on Saturdays ultimately coming together and winning games. But the safeties, we're trying to take pride in being that best unit, and I feel like we do have the pieces for it. And as long as we just keep getting better from week to week, we could be the best in the country.
Final thought: you play for a lot of reasons, for your school, for your teammates, your case for your family. And I'm not just talking about your dad or you've got a lovely wife, you've got a young son and a daughter too. Yes. So that I would imagine every time you're out there thinking, I'm playing for them.
Oh yeah, for sure. And that's something that is always in the back of my mind, really in the front of my mind, honestly. It's just being a player that, my family, like my dad and my parents and stuff, can be proud of, but then also, that's somebody that my son can look up to and my daughter can look up to, and, down the line, in the future when they're like, man, that was my dad on TV, and he wasn't only a great football player, but he was a great teammate. He was a great leader on this team, and that's really what I want to leave my mark on in this place. So.
And family keeps things in perspective too, right?
Yes.
As much as football is on your mind and school, pursuing your master's, that's great to maybe put that aside when you're with family, correct?
Oh yeah, it's God, family, football, man.
Yep.
And that's the order. Put God first, and that's what I try to implement in my family. And then obviously family, and then after that is football, man. So as long as those first two things are taken care of, then football will take care of itself.
All right, got his priorities in order. It's Trayion Block, Badgers safety, part of a very good safety group here with the Wisconsin Badgers. Stay with us, more to come on our Badgers Sports Report.
I had big dreams. Then I got sick. UW Health made it their mission to give me a fresh start and a new kidney. Now my dreams are infinite. UW Health. Remarkable.
These are operating engineers. They operate top-of-the-line innovative machines and build stuff that matters. And operating engineers are well paid. They even get paid to train. As an apprentice, you can make $56,000 a year from day one during training. No school loans and no debt. When your training is complete, you'll have a stable career job that is high skill, high tech, and high pay. We need operating engineers right now. Your future can begin today.
After a serious accident, you'll need a team to fight for the results you deserve. We're here for you whenever you need us. Gruber Law Offices, proud partner of Wisconsin Athletics. One call, that's all.
The Badger Sports Report is presented by UW Health. UW Health Sports Medicine, treating the Badgers, treating you. And is brought to you by the Construction Business Group. Wisconsin operating engineers and respected contractors. BuildingWisconsinTogether.com. And by Gruber Law Offices, a proud partner of Wisconsin Athletics. One call, that's all.
The games resume for the Badgers this Saturday at Camp Randall Stadium. Greg Schiano and the Rutgers Scarlet Knights come to town. We'll talk to you next week. Thanks for watching.
I've always been a storyteller. I capture those beautiful moments, things other people miss. My health took an unexpected turn, but my care team put my needs in focus, designing solutions to support my ambitions. Now that's just a footnote in my journey, a small part of a story that's still being written. UW Health, remarkable.
We believe in education. We believe in public schools. At WEA Member Benefits, we believe in helping Wisconsin public school employees and their families achieve their financial goals by providing personal insurance, retirement and investment, and financial planning programs that are designed specifically for the education community. Proud partner of Wisconsin Athletics, WEABenefits.com.
My favorite breakfast is Odyssey yogurt. I asked Mommy where it comes from, and she took me to a dairy farm to learn all about milk and, most importantly, cows. Wisconsin cows are definitely the happiest, which means they make the tastiest yogurt. My favorite is blueberry. What's your flavor? Support your local farmers. EIEI Odyssey.